Good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 100. Yes, that's right, episode 100 of the Ask the Coach show, where PingSkills answers your table tennis questions. We've got a big show lined up today. Firstly, we're going to talk about the German Open, then we'll answer questions, and we're also announcing the winner of a year's premium membership to the person who gave the best suggestion on improving this show. So as always, Super Coach Alois Rosario is here with me to answer your questions. Welcome, Alois.
Good morning, Jeff. And wow, 100 shows. Very, very happy to reach that milestone. And big thanks to you guys for actually turning on and watching and listening. And hopefully over the 100 shows, we've been able to find, something that's been able to help your game, your table tennis. That's what it's all about anyway. So thanks, big thanks to all the supporters of the Ask the Coach show.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, everybody. And look at that. I've brought back a lower third. It just says PingSkills there, Alois. I have to change that
there
to
you go.
Jeff Plum. I thought for the 100th show I'd bring back my my lower third.
Yeah, exactly. How good were they in those early shows, So we had our name titles down there, and very exciting to have our names up in lights.
Absolutely. I mean, that reminds me of yesterday's PingSkills question of the day, Alois. So let's tackle that first, which is, what has been your favorite question in the show so far? So, I mean, we may as well extend that to, some favorite moments and stuff like that. Do you have any favorite moments or questions?
Yeah, well, for me, I reckon it was when we discussed poor old Zhang Jike, much maligned after his win, kicking barriers, and what did he get? Fined $45,000. Wow! And you know what? That was probably almost the best publicity table tennis has had for a year. I think just that sort of interesting discussion that was had on the website and in the blogs and on Facebook. I think it was really interesting for me. So probably the highlight for me with the 100 shows, being able to get a chance to air our views and talk about the controversial Zhang Jike.
Yeah, it certainly was controversial, that's for sure, Alois. I've had some interesting moments on the show. Show 20, my mum came in and photobombed the show. That was got a few comments. And my son has been on a few times, just sneaking into the show.
What's going on, Jeff? Do I need to bring the family in as well?
Absolutely, get them involved, Alois. But my favorite show probably was show 83, Alois, where you got to demonstrate rolling the ball from one side of your bat to the other live on the show under heaps of pressure, and just did it flawlessly. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Many hours of training, many hours of practice building up to show 83 to be able to roll that ball from one side to the other. And I wonder if anyone else has been able to use the tips and been able to do it. I
was going to say, people seem to be making progress. So if you've learnt it from the show, let us know. We'd love to hear that you've learnt it and got better thanks to Alois's tips.
Maybe even send us a little clip of it so we can post it somewhere on the blog.
Yeah, that would be good. And I've just changed my name on the lower third. Look at that. Send us a clip. We'd love to see you rolling the ball from side to side.
Jeff, you're having way too much fun with that lower third.
I am indeed. All right. Well, let's see. I'm going back to the questions now. I want to talk about the German Open, Alois.
Yes. So the draw's been finalised for the German Open. So as we talked about a couple of days ago, Boll set to meet up with Ma Long in the quarterfinals. So they've got a few hurdles to overcome before that. So Ma Long first up gets Patrick Franziska, the local German. He'll have a big crowd behind him, but I think Ma Long has to get through there. And then winner of that plays the winner of Chunting Wong, who we saw at the Australian Open last year, playing Robert Gardos from Austria. So Yeah, some interesting matchups. First up in the German Open, Bowl draws Kenji Matsudaira from Japan, and then the winner of that plays the winner of Bohm, another German, and Skachkov from Russia. So yeah, lots of interest in that top quarter. Ovcharov's in their same half, so like Germans everywhere, and also Ruben Philus, the guy, the chopper that Bowl beat in the final of the German close. So they're all in that top half of the draw, but lurking in the bottom half, Zhang Jike and Vladimir Samsonov. And once again, they meet in the quarterfinals. So that'll be huge, assuming they both get there. Some big names playing the German Open again this year. Samsonov comes up against Kenta in the last 16. So, the dynamic Kenta with his tomahawk and reverse tomahawk serves and some amazing little shots that he pulls out as well. So, Mizutani's playing Stefan Mengel, another German, Bastian Steger, Panagiotis, Jonas, so another chopper. So a few choppers in the field with Jonas, and we've got Masato Shiono. It makes for a very interesting tournament coming up, and they start. For us, it's later today, so in another 10 or 11 hours or so. So a lot of those matches will be up and going. So in the men's singles.
Excellent. Yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting tournament, Alois, and people can watch it on the ITTF website, ITTV. So I'll put a link to the show notes where they have live streaming. So if you haven't done that before, get on board and watch some of the great table tennis that is streamed by the ITTF.
Yeah, I just love that feature, and we talked about it, I think, yesterday or the day before. It's just such a great feature to be able to just watch live the best players in the world. It's something that we really missed out on 10, 20 years ago. I remember as a junior, we had some old 18 mil films, I think, or can't remember what, those big reels.
You get too old, Alois.
and we had to get the projector out. And I remember David Brand, one of the other coaches now, but he was a couple of years older than me, but we played juniors together. And I remember how fanatical he was about being able to watch those videos, and he improved so quickly by watching all those videos. He used to get the old movie projector out and put these big big films on there and watch them. And imagine what Davey could do now, with being able to just switch on, watch YouTube. We're really, really lucky in this day and age of the access we've got to watching the best players in the world. So utilize it. Get onto ITTV or wherever you go to watch these guys. It really does help your game.
Indeed. All right, Alois, let's get on to some questions. First one is from Yash, who says, I see players often topspin a chop played by a defender instead of chopping it or pushing it back. Is there any specific reason?
Yeah, so thinking about it tactically, if they chop and we chop it back, often the ball's going to go long to them. They're going to tend to get the first opportunity to make the attack. Often in table tennis, it's the guy that is the first to make that positive attacking stroke that wins the point. So that's why if you get a chop, see if you can utilize your forehand or your backhand topspin against backspin ball, which is a little bit more vertical to be able to lift that backspin up over the net. So yeah, that's the main reason they do it, because in table tennis at the top level, you're looking to be the first player to play a topspin or an attacking stroke. So yeah, really try to hone in on that and try to focus on doing that in your matches.
And it really is a shot that wins you a lot of points, because when you play the forehand topspin, you can hit the ball harder because of the topspin, and it's going to dip onto the table. So yeah, it's a more aggressive shot, and with the push, you're not as likely to win the point. You're more just waiting for a mistake, I guess, or waiting for them to try and attack you.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, take the initiative.
All right. Good one. Thanks for the question, Yash. All right. The next question, Alois, is from Preston, who says, "Hi, Alois. I am a speed and attack player, and I was wondering what thickness sponge you would recommend."
Yeah, interesting. So the thicker the sponge, the more speed and the more spin you're going to be able to generate. I mean, that's generalization. So given if it's the same rubber, the thicker sponges will give you more speed and spin. So if that's what you're looking for, go for a thicker rubber. So a 2 millimeter or even maximum, which is like 2.2 millimeter sponge underneath your rubber is probably the way to go. Depending on the type of rubber you're using and your level as well. So, if you're using a really fast rubber, then maybe you don't need to go to the maximum thickness. You can just go to the 2 mil or the 1.8. So just a matter of regulating what is suitable for you and at your level and your type of game. So you say you're a more attacking player, so probably go for a thicker sponge rather than a thinner sponge.
Indeed. All right. Hopefully that's helped you out, Preston. All right, and Alois, we've got quite a few people who've jumped on and used the Q&A app to ask questions, which we always love. So first up, Alan, he says, "Hi, I'm back from yesterday and your tips really helped, but I unfortunately didn't beat that guy." He says, "Anyway, I almost beat him, but I'm still doing some mistakes, like I'm still attacking and I'm using my forehand on my backhand." So I guess we just need some encouragement for Alan, Alois.
Yeah. I mean, as we've talked about over the 100 shows, a lot of it's just about improving your level. You've got to just keep working hard at your game, and then tactically you'll be able to start to overcome these players. So, it's one thing to have good tactics, but you do have to have that good base of ability and strokes to be able to beat these players. So, yeah, just keep working hard, Alan. It'll get there. The good days will come.
Good days will come, indeed. And Alan also said, "Happy Father's Day if you have kids, guys, but there must be Father's Day somewhere else in the world, Alois."
Yeah, maybe in the US, because, so we have our Father's Day in Australia in about September. But yes, happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there. And I'll have to go and remind my kids that it's Father's Day somewhere in the world.
Indeed.
Big present, I reckon. We need a big present, Jeff.
Absolutely, we sure do. Big present. Ilya has said, "I want to improve my short game. What should I learn first? A flat backhand flick or a backhand topspin flick? And what are the advantages of both?"
Okay, so with the flick, initially just get the feel of the ball. So nice relaxed hand, try to open it up and feel the ball over the net. So you don't have to put a lot of topspin on it. Just really open that bat up, open your wrist up and come forward and gently over the ball. If you are thinking about trying to make a faster stroke, then that's when you want to play the ball a little bit flatter. If you're trying to lift a backspin ball, then you can think about just using a little bit more topspin on the flick. So the topspin will give you a little bit more margin for error if you come up on the ball that way. But if you come flat, you're going to get a faster stroke. So it just depends on the type of push or short ball that you get. If they give you a higher ball, then you can play it flatter. If they give you a lower ball with more backspin, then you might need to just use a little bit of topspin on that flick as well.
All right. Good answer. Hopefully that helps you out, Ilya. And yes, Alan's confirmed it's in Croatia, Alois. It's Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all our Croatian friends. Any other countries out there that have Father's Day today, let us know.
Yes, indeed. All right. Now, Victor has asked us a question. He says, which has been your most difficult question to answer here, Alois? That's an interesting one. I don't know if you've got an answer for that or he's just asked the most difficult question.
That might be the most difficult question. Or it could be, I remember quite early on there was a guy that asked us about how to beat this tall guy, and I think we've really struggled with that. So maybe that one, Victor. That question about how to beat the tall guy. I think it was by a guy called Brock.
Yes, that was a difficult one. The other questions that are always difficult to answer, Alois, are equipment, because there's such a wide variety of equipment, and as long as you get something decent that's good, it doesn't make a big difference. So I don't know. I always think they're hard to answer.
Yeah, you're right. I think that does make it a bit, because there is no right and wrong with those sort of things. It's just a matter of finding something that suits you, and there are so many out there. It's amazing.
Exactly. And speaking of that, Haroon has actually just asked Alois, who is the best company for table tennis?
Aha, good.
And obviously it's PingSkills.
Obviously. No, there's no one company, that makes the best bad or the best whatever. As we said, it's just something about, you just need to find something that suits you. And a lot of equipment from different suppliers is made in the same place. So they just put different brandings on it, and then they try to change things a little bit to make it sound a bit better and faster and all that sort of stuff. So just find something that you like and go with it.
Indeed. And I'm loving your lower third, Alois. Well done.
Yeah, I'm not going to be left out of this lower third type thing, Jeffrey. Look.
Indeed. So Victor has also said thanks PingSkills for inspiring all the PingSkillers, and maybe we can reach 200 shows. So yeah, let's hope, Victor.
Jeff, that would mean another 100 early morning wake ups. So are you up for that?
Absolutely. I love the show.
Good. You were the one I was worried about, getting up early. You're not an early.
Exactly. I think later would be good. Maybe we should do the show late, Alois.
Maybe that is a good option. Let us know, guys. So in 12, 14 hours from now, would that be a good time for you in your country?
Yeah, let us know for all the live viewers. All right, Alois, Haroon has also asked another question. He said, how do I know if I'm a defender or an attacker?
Interesting one. If your tendency is to be a bit more defensive, so going back and chopping the ball, moving away from the table, then maybe you're more of a defensive type of player. Or if you take all the opportunities to make your attacking stroke, your top spin strokes, then you're probably more of an attacking player. So yeah, there's no real line in the sand as to what makes a defender or an attacker. But yeah, if you have the tendency to be a bit more defensive with more backspin type of balls, that's more defensive.
Yeah, indeed. And I guess, it's just, do you try and wait for your opponent to make a mistake, and do you play it really safe and never sort of hit a ball that you might miss, and just very patient? I guess that's more of a defensive mindset. Whereas, if you try and, smash the ball and take the opportunities, I guess you're kind of more of an attacking mindset. But yeah, like you said, Alice, there's no real need to pigeonhole yourself with labels necessarily, is there?
No, exactly. So, I mean, some of the best players in the world are a real mixture of both. So, just find what you're comfortable with. And it often comes down to your personality a little bit as well. Like if you're a faster type or a bit more, proactive or aggressive type of person, then maybe you're a better attacker. If you're a calmer and slower and not necessarily slower, but a more patient type of person, then maybe you're more defensive. So see how that is.
Indeed, yeah, that makes sense. And I guess when you're just starting out, just learn all the strokes, and you'll start to get a favorite stroke anyway, whether it's an attacking stroke or a defensive stroke, and it'll all go from there. And one more question from Haroon, which is, what bat do you always use, Alois, and what is the one you have with you there?
The one I've got here with me is the PingSkills Rook. And it's upside down. Yeah, the PingSkills rule. So so I use that, or I use the PingSkills Touch at the moment with the Raxa 7. That's what I use. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I've got the PingSkills Touch, and I've still got Axiom Vega Pro rubbers on it.
Yep.
Indeed. All right, Alois. So that moves us on to our competition for the 100th show, Alois. We asked a lot of people to give their suggestions on how we could improve the show, and we got a lot of good suggestions. But were you able to pick a winner?
Yeah, it was difficult, and yeah, thank you for all the suggestions and some really good thoughts there. But the winner, do we have a drum roll?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that'll do. Drum roll done.
That was good. Now you need to pause for about 3 seconds just to build up dramatic effect.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're right now.
Yep. Good to go.
Okay. The winner is Chris Lee. So thank you, Chris Lee. Well done. Huge round of applause from the crowd who was in here. Yeah, so Chris Lee, thank you for your suggestions and your ideas for the show. Some of the things that Chris suggested were things like Throwback Thursday. So incorporate a throwback video or podcast that you could recommend viewing. It's always helpful to review things again. We thought that was a really great idea. You also said to implement a Twitter hashtag for PingSkills questions, and maybe we could get people to actually ask questions via Twitter. So if you've got any good suggestions of a good hashtag, a nice simple hashtag that we could use might be good as well. So some couple of really good ideas there from Chris, and he was up there pretty quickly with his comments. I think it was on the same day he put those comments on there for us and suggestions. Yep. Indeed. So Jeff.
Yeah, and there were some other things that Chris suggested, like goal of the week or month, and it was really more suggestions on almost having different segments for your show, Alois, which is good, which I really liked. There were a lot of other good suggestions from people. Excuse me, just had to cough. A lot of other good suggestions on, maybe getting some videos and doing match analysis on the show. But I think with the Google Hangouts, it's difficult to do that and record it for later on, because they don't let you show videos and record them for later on. You can show them live, but because of copyright issues and stuff. So there's some really good ideas from a lot of people around things like that, which maybe we can incorporate in other videos, but not necessarily this show. I think really thank you everybody for suggesting it, and we're definitely going to take some of your things and try and improve the show for the next 100. Yeah,
well done, Chris Lee.
Indeed, yeah. So we'll get in contact with Chris Lee shortly and set up his yearly PingSkills membership. So look out for that, Chris. All right, Alois. So that moves us on to the PingSkillers question for today, Alois, which, given Chris winning the show and everything and talking more about those segments for our show, what are some good segments we could include on this show? So I know a lot of people have suggested videos, but I don't think we can show videos and have them recorded for later on. And also, because we do this as a audio podcast as well, need to think about that. So have a bit of a think, guys, and let us know what segments you think would be good to incorporate into the Ask the Coach show. So jump onto our blog and leave a comment. We'd love to get your thoughts.
Yeah, so we were thinking about something like the drill of the week that you could go through. So just think along those sort of lines of what we can do, or maybe even just talk about different topics that we could talk about. So on a Monday we might talk about one top aspect of table tennis, and then on Tuesday talk about a different aspect of table tennis. So yeah, put your thinking caps on and let's see if we can make this show even better. So yeah, thanks, PingSkillers.
Yes, thank you indeed. Now, Alois, we just got a couple more questions before we wrap up the show from our live viewers. So Haroon has asked, how did PingSkills start and how did you two meet?
Okay, yeah. So Jeff moved down to Melbourne in
1993.
not. Whoa, that's a long time. That's 21 years ago, Jeffrey. You're getting old.
Yeah, nearly 22.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's right. So Jeff moved down to Melbourne from Canberra, the capital of Australia. Moved down here in 1993 to come down and live in Melbourne to be part of the National Academy at that time, and so that's how we met, and then Jeff, maybe you can explain how PingSkills actually started because it was your brainchild.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to build a website for table tennis, and so we just started off building a website back in I think 2007. And initially, we just had some text articles on there, and then we thought, why not try and film a video? And we just put that up on YouTube, and it started getting lots and lots of hits. So it kind of just grew from there. We just started filming more and more videos, and people responded well to the videos, and it just grew and grew and grew.
Yeah, well, I'll put a bit more flour around it. So Jeff is an ideas man, So every now and then, like even back in 2007, 2006, he used to come and say, "Oh, I reckon we could do this or do that." Anyway, so one day he said, "Oh, I want to do this website for table tennis." I said, "Oh yeah, good one, Jeff. Yep, no worries. We can do a coaching website." I said, "Oh yeah, excellent, Jeff." Anyway, about 2 or 3 months later, he sends me a link. He said, "Have a look at this," and I said, "Oh yeah, that looks pretty good." And then he said, "Oh, well, maybe we can do some Ask the Coach questions." And here's a little secret. He put up the first Ask the Coach question under a pseudonym, one of his friends' names.
That is true.
Because we didn't have any questions. So no one was on there. No one was asking any questions. So Jeff, put up a couple of questions there and built from there. So, sometimes those harebrained ideas of yours work, Jeffrey.
Occasionally. I'll have to see if I can find that question and put a link in the show note. The first question
From our viewers.
Yes, indeed. There you go. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. It's great that we've reached 100. Hopefully, we'll reach 200 as well. Keep supporting us. We love you asking all those questions. And, without you asking the questions, obviously the show is nothing. So thank you again, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, PingSkillers. Really a great milestone for us to be able to reach. But as we said at the start, only because you guys are out there watching. So help us to make this grow. Help us to see where we can go with PingSkills. Always open to ideas and suggestions to make it better.
Indeed. Thanks, everyone. And we will catch you on Monday. Have a great weekend full of table tennis. Bye.